What if I told you that the most productive thing you could do today is absolutely nothing? Not scrolling, not planning, not achieving, just being. In our world of constant motion, we've forgotten that stillness isn't emptiness. It is the fertile ground from which everything grows. There was once a young monk named Kenji who was known throughout the monastery for his boundless energy. Every morning at dawn, while others sat in quiet meditation, Kenji was already sweeping leaves, tending the gardens, memorizing scriptures. He filled every moment with activity, believing that productivity equaled spiritual progress. One afternoon, as the autumn leaves fell like golden coins, the abbot, an old teacher named Master Li, found Kenji frantically raking the same patch of ground for the third time. "Brother Kenji," the master said gently, "why do you fight the leaves so?" "To keep the monastery clean, Master," Kenji replied, breathless from his efforts. The old man smiled. "The leaves return to the earth as nature intends. They are not dirt to be removed, but teachers to be understood." Kenji frowned. "But if I don't remove them, they will pile up. And what happens when leaves pile up?" Master Li gestured to the thickest part of the garden. "Look there. Under the leaves, new life stirs. Seeds germinate. Roots find their way. The fallen leaves become soil, which becomes tomorrow's blossoms." Kenji stared, really seeing for the first time. Under the blanket of autumn leaves, tiny green shoots were pushing toward the sunlight. "And what of your own mind?" the master continued, "when it is filled with activity? Where does new wisdom grow? Where does understanding take root?" Kenji lowered his rake. In that moment, he realized he had been mistaking motion for meaning, busyness for being. The master sat on a nearby stone bench. "Sit with me, child. Not to think, but to unthink. Not to plan, but to be present." For the first time in his life, Kenji sat still. At first, his mind raced with thoughts of all the things he should be doing. But gradually, like the settling dust, his thoughts began to slow. He noticed the way sunlight filtered through the maple leaves. He heard the distant sound of a stream. He felt the cool earth beneath him. In that stillness, something shifted. "There is a difference between doing nothing and doing nothing well," Master Li said, his voice like calm water. "The first is laziness. The second is mastery." Kenji felt this truth in his bones. His constant activity had been a shield, a way to avoid the discomfort of simply being with himself. "Look at the bamboo," the master pointed to a cluster of green stalks. "It stands tall and still, yet it yields to the wind. It does not resist. It does not force. It simply is. And in being, it endures." Days turned into weeks. Kenji began spending his mornings in quiet contemplation rather than frantic activity. At first, it felt like wasted time, but soon he noticed changes. His teaching became clearer, his insights deeper, his presence more powerful. The more he embraced stillness, the more effective his actions became. One evening, as the monks gathered for evening meditation, Kenji understood. The emptiness he had feared, those quiet moments when we ray not producing or achieving, aren't empty at all. They ray full of possibility, full of presence, full of the space where wisdom can grow. You see, it is in the moments we ray not chasing the next goal that we actually catch up with ourselves. When we stop trying to fill every second with noise, we begin to hear the music that was always playing beneath the surface. Your mind, like the autumn garden, needs space to breathe. It needs room for the old thoughts to fall away and make way for new insights. The constant scrolling, the endless planning, the perpetual busyness, they ray not helping you grow. They ray preventing it. Try this tonight. Before sleep, put away your phone. Let your mind be still. Don't try to empty it, just let it be. Notice the spaces between your thoughts. Those are not voids, they are doorways. The art of doing nothing isn't about laziness. It is about reverence. It is about recognizing that some of life's greatest gifts arrive in the quiet moments between the noise. And when you learn to embrace this stillness, not as absence, but as presence, you'll discover that emptiness truly creates fullness. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this resonated with you, perhaps subscribe for more moments of quiet wisdom in your feed. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What does doing nothing mean to you? Until next time, remember, sometimes the most profound action is no action at all. Be still and know